Good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing today? It is Tuesday and it is cold. It's in the teens here on the Florida Gulf Coast, believe it or not. Holy moly. But things will warm up soon and hopefully spring is just around the corner. Today I want to talk to you again about the season of Lent. Now, yesterday I posted an introductory video. If you missed it, please take 3 minutes of your time and go back and watch it because I explained what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 weeks. My morning messages will be tied to a Lenten devotional study that I've written and continue to write on for my Sunday school class. And it's based on my experience with Lent, which actually did not begin until I was in my late 30s when I began practicing spiritual discipline during the 6 weeks of Lent. For those of you who maybe don't practice it and you want to, like I did, what the heck is that? Well, Lent is a 40-day period leading up to Easter. It excludes each Sunday because each Sunday is kind of like a mini Easter, I guess you would say. But it's the weekdays leading up to Easter, during which time Christians are encouraged to practice repentance and self-examination and sometimes fasting, whatever you're fasting from, taking that and replacing it with something that strengthens your relationship with God. So a few years ago, I decided that the thing that was most important to me to fast was time. And I started doing that, and I went into detail about that yesterday. Go back and take a look at that. And that's kind of the basis for where all of my morning messages will be coming until we reach Easter morning. Today, I also wanted to talk to you about the fast. Some people have asked me, well, is food the only thing I can fast from? Well, no. That's the most common fast that people do all the time, whether for spiritual or physical reasons. But perhaps that's not what God is leading you to fast from during this Lenten season. That's something that's between the two of you. But I had some ideas, some things that came to my mind a few years ago, and I've added to the list over the years of things, activities, perhaps, feelings that we can fast from, and positive things that we can do during the season of Lent that may strengthen, hopefully will strengthen our spiritual relationship with God. So the first thing is a sleep fast. I did this one year. And I didn't want to, I argued with God about it. But I set my alarm for an hour earlier than usual, and I would get up during that hour when it was quiet and dark and no one was awake, and I would find a quiet place in my home, and I would read my Bible, my devotional, say my prayers, and it was wonderful. And it was hard. I'm not going to tell you that I wasn't tempted to sleep in a lot, but the sleep that I lost was filled up with so many wonderful revelations from God that it just made that 6 weeks almost fly by. So that's something that you might consider fasting from. Also, what about an electronic fast? How about taking that specific amount of time during the day that you will spend, I don't know, surfing the internet, on social media, watching Netflix, or playing video games, and take that time and give it back to God again in prayer and Bible and devotional study. How about getting into a prayer rhythm? I do this. Someone suggested it to me one time and I love it. Every time I come to a red light, it's like Pavlov's dog, right? I see the red light, I immediately pray. And I try to always pray for somebody. And I try to always pray for somebody that I usually don't pray for. I mean, you include your kids and your parents and your friends in your daily prayers, but I try to pick someone that maybe I don't pray for every single time that I go to God. So that's kind of neat. You can to a red light when you brush your teeth, maybe when you go to the microwave. Put a little sticky note in the microwave that says pray, and it'll help you remember until you get into that prayer rhythm. How about fasting from resentments and grudges? Ooh, that's a hard one. But every time that you feel those angry feelings come up or the thoughts come to mind about a person that's offended you, hurt your feelings, you just don't like, replace those feelings by praying for that person. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but it's something that can take the ugliness away and replace it with a couple of things. Maybe not such a bitter feeling toward that person. Notice I did not say good feeling. I said not quite as bitter, but also replacing it with a connection with God. So that's something to really think about. How about fasting from always having to be right? I mean, It is so hard always being the smartest one in the room. Wouldn't you agree? How about letting someone else take the spotlight for a change? How about letting somebody else be right for a change, even if they're not right in your eye? Let it go and ask God to bless that person and ask God to help you to find a way to be more patient with that person and to love them in spite of the fact that they're not letting you be right for the moment. Speaking of patience, how about fasting from your fast-paced schedule and the impatience that goes with it? How about factoring in at least some portion of the day where you do nothing but sit? Sit and listen for God. You can pray, but after you pray, try to quiet your mind and listen to Him. You'll be amazed at how much calmer you may be and how much patience you may have with the people and the circumstances in your life. How about praying for strangers? How about the person that passes you in the parking lot at Publix or the one that's sitting next to you at that red light where you're praying? How about the person that you see walking into the post office or the one that's sitting on the corner? You don't have to know their name or their needs. Jesus knows that. All you have to do is lift them up in prayer. How about fasting from your favorite treat for 40 days? Take the money that you might spend each day on that treat and put it in a jar or an envelope, and at the end of Lent, take that money and do something good with it. Donate it to your church or to a favorite charity, or make an anonymous gift to a family in need. How about cultivating a life of gratitude? Start by every single day for 40 days writing down on a notepad, in your journal, on a scribble piece of scrap paper, a note to God, and tell Him at least one thing that you are really and truly from the bottom of your heart grateful for that day, and keep adding to the list. But then after that, take it a step further. If not every day, at least once a week, write a note of gratitude to someone who's done something special for you, to someone who means so much to you, and let them know how grateful you are to them. Then pray for that person. Ask God to bless that person and to bring them a greater and stronger relationship with Him during the season of Lent. These are just a few suggestions. There are many things. What's most important to you? I've already told you time is most important to me, and so that's what I am compelled to give up and to give back to God. Whatever it is that God nudges you to give up and give back to Him this Lenten season, please be assured whatever empty space is left by that thing that you sacrifice, God will fill up in ways that are beyond your imagination. All right, that's it for today. Ash Wednesday is tomorrow. Special message in the morning. It's called, What Was I Thinking? I'll see you in the morning.